Okay, so to use Blogger, we have to do a few things. We need to first set up a Gmail account. And although I know you guys, I'm sure, know how to make a Gmail account, we're going to make a brand new one strictly for the use of this class because Blogger is part of this, YouTube is part of this. So we're going to come up with a brand new email. So you might want to do maybe your name, class 2020, something like that you can remember. So it's something different, not an existing one. And then if you end up doing that verification step where it's going to text you a phone number, know that it's not going to come in this room very likely. You might have to go outside to get the verification code. So maybe skip that two-step verification. So let's do that. Let's make a brand new Gmail account. And here's the most important part. Write this down. If you forget this or your password, I cannot help you. So we're going to click on Gmail. And I'm going to want to make a new account. I'm going to sign out. And even though I see one here, probably that I made last year, I need to make a brand new one. So I'm going to do use another account and then create an account for myself. And go ahead and go through this, and again, write down what you're doing because I cannot help you.
For this class?
Pardon?
Yeah, for yourself, yeah. So our display name should probably be our business name, correct?
No, just make this your name for now. Or you already on, how far are you?
Blogger, yeah, it's just confirm your profile. Like after this step is this one.
Okay, wait till I get there, and then I'll walk through it. So, hopefully this works. I'm going to say next. Can I skip this?
I did web tech 9 a.m.
Okay.
You do web tech 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Putting in a fake birthday. I haven't even been born yet. Maybe I should change that. Okay, I did not put my phone number only because, like I said, if you want to, so you can get that verification step, you're just probably not going to get reception down here in this classroom right now in the basement. So, all right, I agreed to all that. Jumping through those couple of things. It does take you to email and finish setting up your Google account. So if there's anything we need to do here, try it. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going through this live because I want to demonstrate how it works and show you what screens look like. If I did this at home beforehand, it would jump to different screens. I would already be registered. So if we hit any glitches, I'm doing it this way, so hopefully you see exactly what I'm showing. So the next thing we want to do is just go to another tab and type in blogger.com. And this is what you should see. And don't click the create yet. We're just going to look. So as we scroll down, we see some things that we can do. So choosing the perfect design, there's tons of templates in here, like I mentioned, with flexible layouts, background images, colors. You can get a free domain, which is the blogspot.com domain, or you can buy a custom URL, which for a real company, you're probably embedding this in your actual website. If you don't, if it's a standalone, then you would definitely want your own domain name. You wouldn't want the name Blogspot or Blogger as part of it. If you want to monetize it, they're showing you how to do that. So if this is your own personal blog because you like cooking, if you end up having 1 million followers, I can assure you that some people will pay to put ads on your blog if you're that popular. Knowing your audience deals with analytics, and Blogger has built-in analytics so you can see where your audience is coming from and what they're interested in, and then you can also link directly to Google Analytics because Google owns all of this, and Google Analytics is very powerful and something that you would want to do for a business. Blogger lets you safely store thousands of posts, photos, and more with Google. And eventually we get to this same button that was at the top, create your blog. So click on create your blog. And we need to log in. So that brings you up to your Google account and the one that you just made. Enter your password. I'm just going to confirm. If you wanted to eventually put a recovery email, maybe a different one. If you forget something, I'm skipping this for now. All right. Confirm your profile. So this is what readers will see when they view your posts. So what is your display name? It's not going to be your personal name because it's your company. So this is where you have to know the name of your company. So what is the display name? I need to have a fake company for this too. Wow. The name of my business is Goats Are Us. So come figure this out with your company name. If you have to wing it and live with it for the rest of the class, so be it. Enter your display name and then click Continue to Blogger. Okay, the first thing that pops up is this kind of warning about different privacy laws that they have in the EU, the European Union. And you may say, well, it doesn't affect me, but because it's the internet, anybody can access this site. You can have visitors from the EU. You can have customers from the EU. So it talks about they can get information about the cookies and data being collected, and they can request to see it or to be removed. So this is just kind of telling you what your responsibilities are. If you want to learn more, you could click this. But this is your basic dashboard area. We have the welcome showing now, we have settings, and then basically we're ready to go. It says create a new blog. So we're going to click that button at the bottom. And this is the title of our blog. The title is the same thing. So when I post, I want it to not post as me specifically. I want it to be the company, so the name of it. And the address is going to be goatsrus.blogspot.com. Looks like Goats Rus. So it autofills for you. It's going to include the blogspot.com. All right, then we have all these different themes. Well, not all. We have a bunch. You can browse many more themes and customize the blog later, but for now, let's pick one of these looks. So based on what you're seeing here, again, we can change it. Which one of these looks good to you to start your blog? I'm going to go with dynamic views. Oh, sorry, this address is not available. I guess I can't do what I wanted to do. Goats Are Us doesn't exist. Wow. I guess it's going to be Brenda's Goats. Wow. Anybody else have a problem that their name was not available? Okay. Click on a theme and click Create the Blog. If you want to actually have a domain name, this is the step that would allow you to do that. We're going to say no thanks because we don't need to purchase a domain name for this class. All right, so currently there are absolutely no posts. A post is a blog entry. It's an article. It's a video. It's whatever. So as of right now, I have absolutely nothing. So this is where you would create a new post. On the left-hand side, we don't have any stats yet or comments or earnings, but this is where we can change things like the theme and the layout and the pages. We're not even seeing it yet, but this is where we can do that. So let's click on Create a New Post to see what that interface looks like. And it looks very much like Microsoft Word. It's going to post as whatever name you put in there, Goats or Us, and we have to give it a title. So come up with something fake here. We're going to add more later, but I'm going to say Happy National Goat Day. And then down in the body part, I want you to just write something so that we can get a post up here. Okay? Today is National Goat Day. Let's celebrate by taking your favorite goat to the movies tonight. Okay, so you type in something. You see all the different formatting options you have up here, like you would in Microsoft Word. You can change your font size. You can change the default font. Right now, it's only sticking to these web-safe options that are guaranteed to be on every computer, Mac, PC, whatever. So Arial, Courier, whatever. They're pretty ugly. I'm going to go with Helvetica. You can make something bold, italic, underlined. You can include a hyperlink. So let's try that. Let's go down a line and let's just type in any web address. So let's do LTC's. Go to ltc.edu, highlight it, and then come up and click on this link option. And because we typed it in the way we did, it automatically knew that that was a go-to link, so it makes it a hyperlink for us. If it was just a word, like visit the LTC website, and we highlighted these two words and went up to the link button, we're going to actually have to type in the URL because that's not how we entered it there. So go to ltc.edu and then say OK. You can include pictures. So if I click on that, I can upload from my computer. I can go from my Google Albums, which I don't have any associated with this account, from your phone, your webcam, or maybe something that you found online from URL. So again, if you choose files, I think the only things on here are nothing. No, there's absolutely nothing on here. But that would be how you could very simply add a picture right here. All the formatting, all these options are right here. Then over to the right-hand side, I want you to notice these options under Post Settings, which is twirled open using that little arrow. We have labels. So this is the different things that people maybe could search for to find this. So what kinds of what is this blog post about? What category or labels would you give it? And you have to think about all the blog posts that you might do. What main categories could they fit into? Is this news? Is this a special? Is this an event? Is this a recipe? Those could be main labels that you could use. You could enter a bunch for this one. So any label that applies to this, I could enter them with a comma in between. You can also schedule them. So do you want this post to go out right now? It says automatic. So if I hit publish, it's going to publish right now. What if National Goat Day is tomorrow and I want this to post for me tomorrow because I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow? That's where I would click on this set time and date, and I would say tomorrow at 8:50 a.m. is when I want this to go out or to be published. I'm going to switch it back to automatic. The permalink is the name that is assigned to this blog post that is the URL that somebody can always get to this page. And if you let it be automatically generated, it's going to be the name of my website /2020 because it views these all as like an archive of posts. 02 meaning February, and then the name of this they truncated or they put hyphens between, so it's happynationalgoatday.html. Or I could give it a custom permanent link, permalink, and I could write whatever I want. So if you stick with automatic, it's going to generate. The location, if you turn on location services, it's going to pick that for you. I don't want that. And let's look at what's in the options. Do we want readers to be able to comment on this blog post? Yes, that's the default. If for some reason you don't want comments, you could turn that off for that individual post. So maybe the post was something like, we just raised our rates by $1,000, sorry. You probably don't want comments on that because you probably don't. All right, and then as you're writing this, when you hit enter, do you want that to force a line break or do you want to use HTML code, which is BR? That's an option that you can choose there. We'll learn code in a few weeks. So we're just going to say done. And then from here, we either want to publish this, save it, preview it, or close it. I'm going to click the preview button. And this is what my website blog looks like. Goats R Us is up here. And here's my blog post. It shows the date. The theme that I picked shows the date this way. And here's my article. And here's my links. If I had pictures in there, they would be there. The social media icon that was automatically generated was a Twitter button where people could tweet this or add comments. So from there, I just go back to this other tab, and then I would publish it. Now, if you want to view your blog, say you have 6 different posts on here, up at the top left, there's a button that says View Your Blog. And this is what it looks like. And maybe this theme is kind of ugly. I don't like this. I'm not real happy with it. So I can go back to the dashboard. On the left-hand side, I can go down to the theme. I can customize it, which we're not ready to do yet, or I can pick out other options. And you see there's a lot more available now. Maybe I want to use this pink version. Here's what it would look like using that theme. Maybe that's not the one I use, so I'm going to just go backwards and forwards looking at these different options. And eventually I find one that I like. I like that one. I'm going to say apply it to my blog. And the theme is applied. So what your homework is going to be is to make a blog for your company, which hopefully we've started already. I want you to pick a theme that actually works, not just the first one you clicked on, something that matches the look and feel. And I want you to add blog posts to this, as if this is a real business. What would you blog about? What are some possible things that you guys could say based on your own business? I need to look at Blackboard to be perfectly clear with you, but I think I asked for you to do 4 or 5 blog posts. Yeah, 4? Thank you. So, what would be 4 different topics that you might blog about with your business for real, now that you know what your business is? Think about the different things. You could be funny, you can share helpful hints, you can tell a behind-the-scenes story, you can tell something that's trending that you're keeping your eye on. What might you come up with for blog posts? Just one.
You want me to just read mine real quick? This is literally, I already did one.
Just tell me the gist of it, not the whole thing.
For this week, our employees are clocking in at work, but they are required to volunteer at least 6 hours on company time.
Okay.
At any pet shelter, animal shelter, or sanctuary of their choice.
Cool. And then you're telling me that's going to be happening. That's what this one is about.
Yeah.
So another one could maybe be here's what Mark did. Look at Mark at the shelter holding on to this baby sloth.
And I'm going to put a link to where they can donate if they want, and some shelter.
Perfect. The call to action. That's great. What other things might you blog about?
Upcoming sales.
What?
Upcoming sales.
Okay. So here's the thing too. You have to think about in a blog, it's typically lighter. So if you do something that's selling or advertising, maybe one part of that to 2 or 3 parts of not selling. So then another one wouldn't be about selling. It would be about a trend that's coming, or, Johnny's going to Puerto Vallarta to look at clogs or whatever. Got any ideas what you might blog about for your company?
I guess different parts and builds and
A new thing coming up on the market that is going to revolutionize blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
Yeah. Do you guys, are you comfortable with the concept of what blogging is? It's going to be educational, fun, behind the scenes, what people at your company do in their spare time, and then maybe here's an upcoming sale or something like that. But you got to keep it light on the hard sell. It's more background information. Your website is the hard sell when we get to that. Okay. So you need to create a blog and make it pretty. So for the purpose of this class, as educational copyright license, you're able to use images. I would recommend also somewhere at the top of your blog, if you can, you find a place, maybe even after the title, you put class project only. Because if you end up using imagery from a real company in Elkhart Lake and they somehow miraculously stumble upon it because they're doing a lot of web research and they realize somebody just used their picture. It only happened once, but I did get, one of my students in graphic and web was using imagery that he got online, and the company, he was doing a pretend travel agency, and they told him to stop and take down their pictures. He's like, how did they even find me? This is crazy. It's a class project. So include that on your blog, class project only, and then go to Google Images or royalty-free pictures and find pictures that are going to spruce this up. Do any of you want to go to a blog that's nothing but text? Boring, right? We're media-driven now. We want to see pictures, maybe even video, stuff like that. So see what you can do, have fun with this, dig around, but really cater it to your specific business. And next week in class, you're all going to come up and log into Blogger and show your blog to the class. Okay, a little show and tell. Right, any questions?
Look at my computer. This thing is going crazy. It's not working with Blogger at all.
Your school computer?
No, this is mine.
Oh.
The one I'm working on. So I clicked on create your blog.
Yep.
And then it goes to this.
Yep.
It's my school college email.
Yep.
And it just goes right back to that every time. It doesn't let me actually, I even tried to sign
Oh, I was
in
going to
too.
say, did you try that?
Yeah, it doesn't let me do it.
Is that a Chromebook?
Yeah.
That might be an issue. I don't know why. Yeah, the Chromebooks are different. The hardware part of it is different. I know there's certain things that that students can't do on Chromebooks, but I wouldn't have expected this to be one. On your iPad?
Because I have an iPad
Yeah.
and a computer.
Let me stop the recording and come back and see if I can figure that out.
Okay.
Is that your only option too for homework?
I got libraries and things, and I can try to make something work.
Well, no, I'm just trying to think if, let's look into that and see what we can do. So, if you haven't turned in your paper, remember to do that. I think you all did already. And that is your homework. So, let's get down here. So, create a small business blog using blogger.com. Select a theme based on your business's needs. Create 4 total posts to the site over the course of the next week, and you're going to be sharing in class next week. Don't worry about the online part of it, because for you people in front of me, that's not you. For my online class, they have different ways of sharing that I'll share with them.